Hi, I'm back. It's 8:50 p.m. So, after all that time, I'm still stuffed and full. Um, I wrote one short story today, one fiction short story. It's on my blog or my Ko-fi. In the links in the description box if y'all want to look at it, if you're interested. So, I've been sleep deprived all day, and I tried to take a nap since 11 o'clock this morning, and by the time 3 o'clock came, it, you know, by the time 3 o'clock came, I just gave up on trying to take a nap or try to go to sleep. But at the moment, I'm feeling sleepy, and I'm like, yay, because I can finally, it's finally closer to the proper time I would want to go to sleep. So tonight, well, it's supposed to be a little colder, and then super early tomorrow morning, I guess it's supposed to be 46 degrees or something like that. But, I'm glad I'm here in the motel room. Wow. And I guess due to me being sleep deprived, due to me being sleep deprived, my Tourette's is a little worse with the uncontrollable eye blinking that y'all see right now. So I had what was supposed to be a Craigslist situation, that was supposed to happen today, but I'm not going to go into detail. But the person offered to help me with something, and then when it was closer to that time to meet up with the person asked me for a picture, a picture of myself, and then when I showed the picture, I guess I was blocked. But so instead of trying to help me out, that person, I mean, it seemed like it's like, I mean, but I don't know. I just don't even want to talk about it. But it's like you can't. I wonder what is Craigslist there for? People can't even get really any help to better themselves. So but anyway, but it seems like as if these opportunistic men who are closet racists, and a lot of narcissistic abusers on Craigslist, and it seems like a lot of them are closet or covert racists. And so I don't know, but I call myself giving up and getting frustrated about, looking for a job. But then earlier today, I called myself, browsing through, hoping that there might be a possible job opportunity for me, but then again, found nothing. Well, nothing suitable for me, or nothing that I'm fit to do. So I went to try to make a truce with and apologize to that guy who I had the misunderstanding with a couple of days ago, and he, I guess accepted my apology, but then, he was trying to say that life was too short for, I don't remember exact words he said, but, life too short for people to, argue and fuss and not get along or whatever. But, so when I told him, that the gang stalkers, you know, that it was them smear campaigning and that they lied on me. And it's like he quickly got defensive and said, nobody told me anything. I don't roll with gossip. And he seemed like he got an attitude and was snappy about it. But I have been feeling anxiety about him, a couple of nights ago and even yesterday and last night, and feeling anxiety and upset about a few other people and stuff like that. But I guess I'm just not going to try to watch or comment on his videos anymore. And then certain things about him make me think he's highly narcissistic. If you say stuff like you are teaching people how to treat you, that's victim blaming. So you're just as much of a narc. And then certain other things about him make me think that he seems like, highly narcissistic himself. But it seems like a lot of these fake narcissistic abuse life coaches, they're paid and sold out, a lot of them. But it's like they're speaking against narcissistic abuse while they're narcs and using their fake life coach sessions as narc supply, pretending to help. And then they act like as if they're exposing covert narcissists when they're a covert narc themselves. And then it's always the same few top people whose search results come up when I'm looking for the little people with not many subscribers who tell their people who haven't sold out, who talk about their experiences. But this guy right here, he seemed like he doesn't have, a whole lot of subscribers, and he said he wouldn't sell out, and he speaks against people selling out, but I don't know. One thing I have a difficult time with is if I feel offended or hurt or something, or if somebody seems like they got an attitude or got mad at me, it seems like as if, people try to tell me that, oh, you need to stop doing, but people who say that are narcissistic abusers themselves, who say, well, you should let it go, or you should stop dwelling on it, and stuff like that. But I feel like the only way I can let go is if a truce is made. But a lot of times, me getting into situations with people, there's really no truce that could be made, and really no closure. And I find myself suffering for years, about what people done to me. But bottom line is, the guy took me the wrong way. But I think he was covering up for the perps. And, I think he was covering up for him. Because it's like, how the hell he found my post that quick? And the perps, they stalked me like a hawk. And so, it's like they're online obsessed haters who are strangers who won't stop. I don't even know how do they have too much energy, physical and mental energy, to do the things that they do? They have to be driven by the devil in order to be able to torment non-stop, never ending. And, they think that they can force me off of my own YouTube channel and try to force me off of my own blog, my own Twitter, or wherever else I go. I mean, I'm glad I'm protected and they can't bully me off my blog and they can't bully me off of Quora. I'm sorry, not Quora. Ko-fi. They bully me off of Buy Me a Coffee, but they can't bully me off of Ko-fi. So I've set boundaries where they can't. I try to close every opening of whatever door that they can get in. And so people who I've shown proof of my gang stalking, and thanks to y'all who support and believe me telling the truth and showing the truth. And the people online who you see saying that Candy is mocking the TI community, or Candy is mocking the targeted individual community, or that Candy is not, or that Candy is the gang stalker. Those are actual perps. And you can look at all their videos and you don't see any gang stalking that they're experiencing. You don't see them, being tormented and in distress. And the ultimate goal of gang stalking is death. For us to die. The ultimate goal is for us to die. That's the end stage of your targeting, is for you to die. And I even remember reading about that almost 6 years ago. So, I want to try to look for some more new Christian songs. I mean, I like the songs I have, but I want something new, and something, not a new song, but it can be a 1984 song that I never heard of, but that's new to me. That's what I mean by new. I'm not talking about new as in 2021 or 2022 song. But I don't like the new fake trash music or entertainment that's out these days, but I was looking on Amazon Prime Video, because I don't even really use that, but it seems like as if some of the same Amazon Prime movies that they have, I don't even watch TV or go to the movies no more, but I thought, if I could find a few truth documentaries, I would sit down and watch those. And so, there was one that I just barely started on, called Living on $1 a Day. And it was about, I want to finish watching it. And it was about, these two American guys that moved to Guatemala, and just to experience how they live, and living on $1 a day. But it's like how they have other countries that are poorer than us Americans. Like they're poorer. It's kind of weird, because it seems like certain American homeless people seem richer than these housed people in foreign countries. I don't understand that. That's different. Other people who live in extreme poverty, but they can still have a roof over their head and still surviving. But this system is strange, really strange. And then I think that you hear about workplace discrimination and the right to work and stuff like that, and the discrimination with the blacklisting is covert and I guess undetectable. So it'll be hard for you to try to find, if you're blacklisted, it'll be hard. I mean, if everybody had a right to work, whoever wanted to work, I think that they probably would be less homelessness. And I also think that people could sell lemonade and a license wasn't needed, or these permits and these fake, narcissistic fake permits and inspections and stuff like that. I think that less people will be poor and homeless, and more people will work. And nowadays, the way how vain society is, that they only look on the outside, that they make it like as if attractive people, if an attractive person is standing next to an unattractive person's booth at a farmer's market, you would rather go to that hot looking person and even tip them and help them make a living. That's how they operate. Seeing like people get ahead by looks and image. And so, say if you go, I mean, I've seen it downtown, being homeless on the streets. If a man sees a woman who he sexually wants, you hear about how, when people go to restaurants, they don't tip that well. Or Uber, you hear about Uber and DoorDash that they tip very low or not at all. But then if you go to a bar and if a female bartender is dressed like a whore, and high skirt and skimpy and everything, oh, they'll tip her like $300 or tip her with all the cash that they got. And it's like, really, she'll get like insane tips if she shows her tits. I mean, if she has like, a lot of cleavage, in her uniform or whatever. But if somebody's dressed modestly and, if they're not showing too much, and, if they just look plain faced, then, that person is ignored and overlooked. And then they'll be treated like as if they don't have a right to live or exist. But, I mean, it seems like as if I'm supposed to be the kind of ugly that, it's like basically, other than me being a targeted individual, a lot of opportunities are shut in my face because I'm considered, genetically not attractive enough. And with me being in my situation, I don't really have, the type of money to, get $200 hairstyles and stuff like that, to look attractive. And, I don't have a whole lot of money for, fresh, brand new clothes and stuff in order to get ahead in life. But it seems like as if you gotta be trampy and skimpy and stanky, just to as a female especially. It's like if you debase yourself, then that's the people who get success in life, Or I see on Twitter all the time the popular fake people on Twitter that just look at this. Whoa. Does that look like that? I saw red lights like as if it was the ambulance or something. But so it's like, it's unfair that people think that I'm a horrible writer or I'm a lame, corny, or a bad writer just because I don't glorify Satan's agendas. That makes supposed to make me a bad writer, and that's not fair at all. But the more evil you are, that's the more people want to see and promote you and elevate you. I mean, on Amazon Prime, I saw a couple of blatantly satanic movie suggestions. Like, one is called Studio 666, and I forgot what the other satanic movie was. And it's like, they ain't playing. If they pushing Satanism this hard, and they're pushing Satanism this hard, and then even, shoving it down your children's throats. I mean, shoving it down kids' throats. Satanism. So, I mean, in the online perps, they're obsessed with me and they stalk, follow, and harass me everywhere and comment on my every move or try to, and even though I have them blocked, if you don't like my videos, then they still want to try to dictate what I should post or try to control me. And, they try to thumb down every video on purpose. And if you have a problem with the videos that I post, and I say this all the time, but they stubborn asses, they just going to do what they want and they won't listen. And they act like as if they want to, remotely treat me like an owned slave. But I'm not complying. I'm not complying and I'm not listening. I'm not obeying. Because it seems like as if they want to try every attempt to try to coerce me to do it myself. And it's like they're trying so hard to use tactics to try to, it's like they try to force me to wipe myself off this earth. And I ain't going nowhere. And I said this on Twitter too. I'm not going anywhere. I'm not selling out. I'm not going anywhere. I'm not going to kill myself like y'all want. And I'm not going to, deny Jesus Christ before men like they want. And I feel like somebody like me, it's pointless for me to sell out. Because what if I accept that deal and then still in my predicament, but the only thing snatched from me is my soul, and I still gain nothing, like no money, no car, no house, no family, kids, or none of that. But I can't believe that, simple life, they're just making it so hard to obtain, the simplest things. Nowadays, I did when I was younger, but nowadays, I'm not even trying to seek success. I'm just trying to get stabilized housing and a job. But they're even suppressing that. Like, I can't even get a $10 an hour job. I can't even get that. It's a difficult. But I feel, see, back to the writing thing, it's not fair that, people who glorify evil and wickedness are glorified. I mean, they are praised as being, a compelling author, or having great strategies and stuff like that, and that's why I'm just by myself and nobody's going to tell me how to write, and my writing gets ignored anyway. Like, on one of my other channels, I look back at, a short story I try to share on YouTube, and only one person gave me thumbs up, And then I got 8 thumbs down. And I questioned, well, was the short story that bad? Was it that horrible? And then on top of that, a lot of the times with the severe sleep deprivation, my short stories end up not coming out, as good as I want them to. You know, or it's like, or they don't come out exactly how I want it, but I mean, I be bored and restless when I'm sleep deprived. So it's like, if I weren't sleep deprived, the story could have come out better. But the sleep deprivation is not my fault because of the gang stalking. So y'all inflict this injury on me and then blame me for the same injury that y'all inflicted on me. And it's like, I get criminalized for trying to survive. You know. So it was with my own money, my own tax refund money. I mean, I haven't had lamb in a long time. So, I ordered me some lamb, a lamb dinner, and guess what? I couldn't even eat it all. And so what did I do with the rest of it? The rest of the dinner I put it in the refrigerator so I can, eat for tomorrow or another day. Well, I put some in the fridge and some in the freezer. So all the times people call me fat and greedy and stuff, one thing you will never catch me doing is, I think you pronounce it mukbang. You'll never catch me doing a mukbang, ever. And I don't, you notice that when I do YouTube videos, you don't really see me physically eating, sit down in front of the camera and just eat. You'll never really catch me doing that, But it's like, how do you know how much I eat, though? So as I said, I told y'all about that one time. That lady, she wasn't even overweight. But what she does is, I think she eat one meal a day. And she'll go to Golden Corral and eat 7 or 8 plates of food. And then she'll go right next door to the gym and work out super hard for hours. But she, I don't know how she's able to do that though. But she told me that she has an abusive, controlling, so-called Christian husband, and she was a Mexican lady and married to a white man. So, but she tried to talk that lingo like a Christian, and so I never wanted to eat with her again. Now I felt like eating too much for me is torture. Well, if you go to any Korean restaurants, especially in Los Angeles, and you order something, they force you to sit there and eat everything. And then they'll charge you extra if you decide you want to throw anything away. But, I've had my super depressed moments, of eating too much. Only if I'm too depressed or when I was on those psych medications. It depends on how depressed I am. After the biological mom, Frances, died, 4 Mexican tacos, 5 tacos was considered too greedy. And another, a obese Mexican guy bigger than me calling me greedy. Just because they want to feel like 4 is the standard. And so if you ordered 5 tacos, then they're like, 5 tacos? I'm like, how do you know I'm not going to just eat 2? You just judge me right off the surface. How you know They're not gonna just eat 2 tacos and this for now and then save the rest for later. And the tacos are very small. So I mean, I've seen little 3-year-old Mexican kids eat 4 tacos. And they eat it all too. So I didn't realize that was part of the gang stalking, because these bastards got hell of a nerve to be bigger than me, calling me fat and greedy. You more overweight and obese than me and calling me fat and greedy. And then everybody defended and agreed with them. And y'all don't even know me, you know? So, you know, I'm a targeted individual being attacked for eating a standard meal. And nowadays, you know, I don't even overeat anymore. I mean, I had 2 meals today, not 3. So they still want to stick to their false narrative that I'm a greedy, begging, money-hungry scammer. You know, and so it's like, I just got me some lamb, you know, a lamb dinner. And as I said, you know, it didn't even cost a whole lot. Not a whole lot. And I split it into 2. So, you know, it's not like it would cost so much that I couldn't afford to stay just one more week here. I have enough money to, you know, stay here for one more week. But, you know, I just wanted to alternate and try something different for once. Like yesterday, I told y'all I had the powdered mashed potatoes with some cheese in it. You know, it was already powdered mashed potato flakes. I think that was from the food bank. That was when I was in Gulf Breeze. And I'm like almost at the last of it, but I think I have 1 or 2 more boxes left. And then, you know, I had some of the brisket that I got from fake Walmart the other day. You know, because it was already pre-cooked and you just had to microwave it. And then, I mean, I normally don't even buy brisket and can't even really afford it, but, you know, I couldn't even find any other cooked meat that you just simply microwave. So that's why I got the brisket. And so, I'm not against brisket. I'll eat brisket. I like brisket, but I just, you know, don't get the opportunity to eat beef brisket that much. And when I was living in Los Angeles, I could not even, it's like I couldn't even really afford beef. And the only thing I was able to afford was the 99-cent a pound beef shanks at the Mexican supermarkets in Los Angeles. But other than that, you know, I was living off of, you know, a lot of chicken and pork. And then the only way fish was affordable was during Lent. If you can buy 1 piece of tilapia, that was like 99 cents a pound. And if I buy 10 pieces of tilapia for $10, and then if I let it stretch me over the whole summer after Lent time, I don't celebrate Lent, but, you know, Lent season is the reason why if the tilapia would be dirt cheap. And then after that, by the time summer comes, the tilapia is freezer burned. The tilapia is freezer burned. So, but anyway, I just had some beef brisket and mashed potatoes and canned collard greens yesterday. But for breakfast this morning, I had peanut butter oatmeal and a modest glass of milk. So, you know, I feel like narcissistic perps They call me greedy on purpose just to be cruel and mean, and it's been very bothersome to me, lately. And I have a right to express that, and you don't have a right to muzzle me. And so, I mean, tomorrow, I guess what I will probably eat me some farina. No, not farina. Maybe farina for breakfast, and some some leftover canned pineapple, and then I guess for dinner, I probably can have the leftover canned, you, you know, maybe not the leftover canned um, collard greens and stuff, but I'll probably have some. I mean, I'm undecided what I'll have, but I'll probably have some. I don't even know if I might just have a can of soup or something. I don't know. But me just taking a brief break from all, constant canned food, all the time. Occasional. I don't order out every day and not even every week. But I was forced to live like that when I was on the streets because I couldn't go to the soup kitchens because my life being threatened. So that's why I don't even go to soup kitchens. And more gang stalking with dealing with other homeless people, and I can't even ride the bus to go from this soup kitchen to that soup kitchen. So, so, so that's another thing that it's not even easy to get around town anymore because of the bus situation. And so but I'm looking for another job, I guess, but still no luck. But I wrote another short story tonight. This evening. I wrote a short story this evening, and I'm just even if nobody really reads my short stories, you know, it's like I guess I do it because I'm bored, and try to pass the time. But it seems like the perps want to try to coerce me to stop doing YouTube videos, and they try to force me to stop writing and try to declare that I'm not a writer, or that I don't have a right to be an author, or I don't have a right to write books, I don't have a right to eat food, I don't have a right to drive a car, I don't have a right to have family to love me, I don't have a right to have an income, because the online purpose, they falsely make threats. They make threats to falsely report me for Social Security fraud. But if I've been getting Social Security all these years, and now you want to smear a campaign and you try to frighten, it's like you want to attack my finances, attack my survival, attack my sleep, and, attack my, and I kind of feel like the food that I ordered today, I was kind of suspicious of whether or not it was tampered with. But this time, the DoorDash guy, he didn't seem like he was a perp, but they had a perp that was nearby that pretended to fake monitor my interaction with the DoorDash driver delivering my food, and then that fucker drove off, and it was a Toyota Highlander. And it's like, I guess I'm trying to get stronger now to say F what people think and what they say, and I'm gonna survive and live my life, because me living to a life to be, obedient to narcissistic perps who hate me. That's the reason why I'm still miserable. So I'm sitting here fighting for my rights to do whatever. So I mean, if I'm fighting for my rights to get a decent job so I can have a standardized, roof over my head, a permanent residence, and a new car, or build credit. And, you know, why isn't it wrong when y'all do those things or seek those things? You know, I'm not even asking for too much. But, you know, it's like, as I said, I wonder, how does God feel? I mean, how does God feel about a woman living on the streets? And then everybody wants to try to talk about, Candy is, a narcissist, a covert narcissist that's, manipulating for attention and don't help her. And it's like, how can y'all say that if I was struggling on the streets with the hail and tornadoes and hurricanes and stuff, and I was on the streets and I almost died? The tornadoes, I showed y'all how bad the tornadoes were. Y'all, and then y'all say I'm smear campaigning y'all when I say, well, y'all want me to die, or y'all trying to get me sacrificed. Y'all do not want me to survive. And it's like, you blatantly say that you have a right to have a brand new luxury car, but you think that I'm an insane basket case for wishing for the same. As I said, I will never get to own a house. I never get to truly own a car, even if it's an old one. And I would never get to, if you're a regular citizen, an online stranger who never will meet me in person, and you think you have the authority and right to tell me what right, dictate what, and control what rights I should have. And then y'all say, don't help her. And then y'all reverse it and lie and say Candy's a scammer and a gang stalker. Or Candy's, manipulating and playing everybody for money. And Candy is not really being targeted. And so I fight harder to prove my innocence every day. And y'all still, believe what y'all want. And, the perps have succeeded at causing other TIs to not want anything to do with me. But then a lot of professed targets have flipped. Almost every so-called target now is fake. And it seems like to find a real target is like a diamond in a rough. Or diamond in the rough. How do you say it? Diamond in the rough. Or it's like a needle in a haystack to look for a real target. A true target. A true TI. Nowadays, the popular fakes want you to even shut up about being a target. But then they're just actors, on social media fronting like as if they're fighting for human rights. But they're fake TI perp actors who claim that they're fighting for their rights when, they're just pretending like as if they're, but then at the same time, you think you can try to suppress me. And, I'm not allowed to even get ahead. It's like, because it's like if the average normal person, if I had a job, I wouldn't even be in this predicament right now. If I had like a job that was, a decent income. And it's like I can't even get a business opportunity. And then I feel like a failure because it seems like I don't have, and then me being disabled and overly sheltered has something to do with it too. Like with the 2 strokes that I had when I was 5, I have, even though I have a college degree, I still have, certain, reading comprehension problems and learning disabilities and stuff. But I'm not pretty much, I'm not really slow, but, I have a few little setbacks. But the perps will blatantly make it like as if they're more worthy and deserving of the very same things that they condemn me for. So I mean, today, I started to feel a little bit better, but if I try to go to bed tonight, I don't even know if I'll still end up having those ruminating thoughts, or unwanted, intrusive thoughts, or if I'll end up, going back to, feeling anxiety again. But one thing I forgot to say in my one of my earlier videos was that I I think that it seems like my magnesium supplement, I guess when I try to start taking that again for the past week or two, the magnesium supplement used to help me sleep at first, but now it's like Benadryl. And so I don't even take Benadryl anymore. But the magnesium supplement, it seems like it causes me to not sleep anymore. But then yesterday I put 2 pinches of the pink Himalayan salt in my mashed potatoes yesterday, and I think that was what helped me sleep. That helped me sleep good last night. But I put 1 pinch. I should have put 2, but I put 1 pinch of the pink Himalayan salt in the in my oatmeal this morning. But maybe I should brush my teeth with the salt when I floss. Maybe I should floss and brush my teeth tonight with the salt water, and then I bet that would definitely help me. So I found something that could help me, but even then, I guess it's not always guaranteed, because they got those weapons that will try to overpower, because sometimes it doesn't even matter what you eat. If they want to sleep deprive you, they'll do it. But it's like I was wondering why in the other motel they were generous in letting me sleep in a way that it seemed like my body almost totally recovered. And then when I got in this motel, they're back to sleep depriving and vibrating me again. So wow, right when I said that, that's when they started vibrating me. So I got my earbuds in now and had them in just about all day today. Well, after I woke up later in the morning around, I guess 8 something, I haven't listened to my music. But tonight before I go to bed, I would like to listen to the audio Bible. And I would like to listen to the audio Bible, and also, I would like to listen to the audio Bible, and I would like to listen to some Christian songs, and I would want to try to pray too. And so it's like even other professed targeted individuals have this thought that TIs aren't supposed to have nice things. That we're not, that they want to go along with what the perps say, to say that we're not supposed to have nice things. Rather than fighting for your right to live and exist. But I'm not asking for too much. I just, wish for my own job or my own way to survive and make money, and a permanent place to live, and, a car. I mean, that doesn't seem like that much. But, I don't have the thought that I'm entitled to, take money off of other people's backs. I would like to work, but they're blocking me, and I don't know of any other way to try to survive. And so I would like to. I wish I could go to the beach tomorrow. I wish, because the weather's supposed to be sunny and 75. But I'm not going to. I so badly wish I could go to the beach. But when I was I was very close to Gulf Breeze. I mean, very close to the beach in Gulf Breeze. And, I was close to the beach in Gulf Breeze, and I was working, and then I had just enough money to, and then as time went on, it seemed like as it started to be almost less affordable to get to stay there. And even when I was working, but I still didn't have to beg or ask for any money. I was still living independently and not asking for anything. And then it's like when I'm working and not begging for anything or not asking for anything, and I post like a $5 plate of food, the online perps get outraged, and it's like, I don't know if they must think that a $2.99 cheesecake, they must, just because they think it looks delicious, they must think it must cost $30 or something. It's doggone weird. Just because the food might look good doesn't mean that it's always expensive. If you want cheesecake, you don't have to be jealous or envy me. Go get your own cheesecake. Go get your cheesecake slice. Go get your lamb chops. Go get it. You can afford it more than I can. This is the first time. I don't even remember when the last time I had any lamb. So, for the one time thing, one time I'm having lamb in a long time, it's like, stop trying to exercise, judgment and condemnation on me and cruel punishment. You are not God. You are not Lord over me. Stop trying to control me. And then you be self-righteous and then try to condemn and have something to say about my every move. Like everything I do or say is just blasphemy against the Holy Spirit. It's like you're the online stalker talking about my bad behavior. How hypocritical is that? If you're the online stalker bully, condemning my inappropriate or bad behavior, and trying to coerce me to, seek mental health, and then try to make like you're doing this for my safety or for my own good, just get the fuck out my damn life. I'm 38 years old. I'm going to start living my fucking life. I'm going to start living my damn life. So if I want to eat 12 boxes of fucking donuts, bitch, I will. No, I'm not going to do that. But, I can't even eat 12 donuts. How am I going to eat 12 boxes? But, but it's like, for a one-time instance of one donut, I get called greedy. That's fucking narcissistic. That's really narcissistic. Like you never had a donut in your life before. Or any of your family members. I get shunned and condemned for stuff that normal, everyday people do. For things that, normal, everyday people do. Or I get shunned for, the same things that people get praised and elevated for. I get shunned and condemned for the same thing. That's why I said, what's the point of selling out? And if I sell out, and which I will not, what is the point of selling out? If my soul is handed over, but yet it is still the same doggone predicament. But then y'all mad because I won't do it. But then it's like, I have it sold out, but I'm still, if I died right now, I'm not good enough for heaven. But I'm at least striving that way, or have the desire to strive towards that way. And y'all the ones who sold out, but then try to think that you can act like as if salvation is a competition. And think you can be holier than me. Or trying to act like you want to compete on who's holier when you perping me. You a perp and then up front like you're speaking against witchcraft. Perping is witchcraft.